just making some pens here now. What? Okay. There we go. So that's the next step, guys. You got to cut yourself some little plates. I don't know, I just use 3-inch flat bar. Cut them 2 inches wide, and then I got 3 inches sticking out this way. Drill a hole in it with the drill press. Zing zang. With a 3/8 bit, and then I can run my carriage head bolts through. Okay, let's see here, boys. So this one here is about 2 inches too long. Take your drill, 3/8 bit. Like so. Two bolts. 2 lock washers, 2 nuts. Pretty easy. Get some hair on it here. There we go. Hair on the nut here. Take your impact, 9/16 socket. Just suck them in flush. I'll show you on the back here in a minute. So, like I said, don't go in too far when you're sucking the carriage heads in. Just put them flush. You start sucking them in too far and it will split the wood. So that's that. Pretty simple. Okay, so remember when I said these are just short? So I haven't cut these, but that's how much too short they are. They're just getting into the blonde one, let's say, on the end here. But it should be good. I don't really care for it, but I don't really care to change it. If you know what I mean. If it was somebody else's, like if this was customers, I would have got different boards. I would have went and got standard 8-foot boards, and then I would have had to trim them down, and it would have been nice and tight in here like these, kind of like, you know, all the way down. So the only walls is going to be the side walls. The top should be nice and tight because it's basically the same frame as this going down, right? But just sitting up top here. So, like that. Shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. But, anyway, got one more to do on the bottom there, and then work on the top. So, one punk-ass kid got sucked up in the oil well. Found a piece of his toque. It's one of those guys that drives around and lifted up dualies. I bet you. 1-ton diesel dualies that have got a lift kit on them. Anyway, he's gone. There's the evidence if the RCMP are watching. Anyway, I'm on my last board here, and she's all strapped. Just like that. So I gotta drill the holes in there, get the bolts in. There's 2 bolts I gotta put in yet. And then tin. That'll be tomorrow. So alrighty, well, I'll see you tomorrow sometime. I'm not sure when, but alright. So I just finished shoveling a bunch of snow. I dug out the alleyway. I don't know, there's about 4 feet of rock hard snow. And I thought, oh, that's good enough. And I put the blower on the tractor, blew out the alley. So that's pretty good. That's all ready to go. Then I went to dig out the tin, and there's fucking 3 feet of snow in it, plus ice. So that sucks. But anyways, we bought this bundle of tin. I think there was 120 pieces in here, but I can't remember for sure. Brand new tin, 16-foot lengths. I've already cut one. Usually what I do is I put the blade in backwards. Carbide tip blade, put it in backwards, makes a nice cut. Okay, so here's what I got so far. I got this end wall done. Got that end wall done. When I go to cut these off here, all I do is I take a chalk line or a string line, whatever you want to call it. Hook it on here and line. Bring her up on the angle, line it up to this pipe, snap it. And then I take my angle grinder, and I already did a video clip of this, but it was 7 minutes. So I'm redoing it. So what I do is I take the angle grinder, zinger down, and that gets rid of that fucking whatever king fort hut look. Gets it all squared off. So now I'm working on the back. Just started, 54.5 inches. What I do is I leave them up off of the ground, because when you're pulling this through the shit and straw and old feed and whatever, that bottom pipe freezes to the ground lots of times. So when you go to pull it, it'll catch and it'll rip your fucking tin off. Trust me, I've done this before. And yeah, you end up putting screws back in, or your fucking tin is just mangled. Okay, I fucked up. Don't copy what I did, because you'll do the same thing. Remember when I said 54.5 inches? Dirty bastard! Oh well, I'm not wasting a fucking sheet of tin, so it's gonna have to be good enough. Anyway, so this a little bit shorter. It's still into lots of the 2x4 there, into lots of the 2x4 up here too, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Like I said, if this was a customer's, I would have had to recut a new sheet, guys. That's all there is to it. So now we're back to 56.5. So don't cut at 54.5, or you'll make the same mistake that I did if you're trying to copy the shed that I'm making. So don't do 54.5, do 56.5. If you've been following along trying to make your own shed like this, that's what I'm saying. Don't do 54.5, do 56.5. Anyway, see you in a bit. Okay. So I've only been out here a little better than an hour, and I had this first dirty sheet of tin on, That was the only one I had on. So I put that one, and from there down and over there. That's just a little bit better than an hour. And I got this first top sheet cut, but I don't know if I'm going to start here. The way this one is sitting right now, because the overlap edge always goes underneath. So this one should actually start on this side, but I haven't cut these off yet. And like I said, I want to put that neck bar on next. So what I might do is just slide this piece of tin back a little bit. Finish off that back wall. Yeah, I think so. Finish that back wall. And then work on this neck bar. And then I'll finish her off with the roof. And weld a couple hitches on. One on here. And one on the opposite end. Man, I think we're laughing. Okay. So here is the... I call it a neck bar. It's not really a neck bar because the cows don't eat over or hit their neck on it, but it's just an adjustable bar for the height of your calves to go in. So the bottom will sit on here. This will be as low as it can go, so it can't go any lower than that, just because how I have it strapped, and that's how I do them all like that. So but you can have it so that it can go up. So say, I don't know, you want to let heifers in or bull calves that are bigger or whatever, then you can lift this bar up as high as you want. Because if you never had this in here, the cows would be all in here. Those little dirty buggers. Right, Billy? So this is what I do. Put my speaker there. Yeah, so that's the neck bar. So I want to get that on first. You see why I didn't do the tin on top yet? Because I got my strap over there holding my pipe up. So I'm going to take their new welder and I'm going to get some measurements on some 1-inch tubing, go around, and then what I do is I drill it, put some nuts on there, make some wing nuts, wing bolts, and yeah, that sets your height. So pretty straightforward, but anyway, I'll get going here and I'll bring you back in a few. Okay, so we got one done, well, two done, but I gotta grind these pieces off a little bit and get the sharpness out of them. She's still hot, as you can see. So now what you do is you set it where you want it and you just tighten the set screw or bolt, I guess. As you can see, once you tighten this up, pulls that in. See that gap in there? Fucker's hot. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it loose because then I can adjust it where I have to. But that's it. It's pretty freaking simple, but it works awesome. Okay, boys. See how I put that on an angle? Just cut that on an angle just with the grinder, and then make your own little wing nuts. Weld the nut to the pipe. Just make sure the thread is through when you weld your nut on, or sometimes it will tweak itself crooked and it won't come through. So those ones I drilled after I welded it on, because I wasn't 100% sure of where I was going to have it. So that being said, I got that done. These are done. That one's done, and that one is done now, all the way down. This guy here. So she's pretty well ready to take these straps off. See how it's loose? And there you go. And that's how you adjust it. So you just put it to whatever height you want. Tighten the bolts against the pipe, the uprights, and there you go. You can set your height whatever the hell you want to set it at. So break this off without cutting my fingers, because I'm done with this welder now. I can put him away. Okay. She's coming along. We got, I think, probably 1.5 sheets to put up top here yet. And I got to zing those off here after supper. And then finish this back piece off. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I might just move this bench back. And then I'll be able to get in there easy enough. And that way I can do all the tin inside of here, instead of doing it outside. So, here's the tin work. Not too bad, not too bad. I have to go up top here yet. I'll crawl up top there after when I get everything done, and then I'll do that middle 2x4, that whole rib all the way down. And then that's golden. And then I think what I'm gonna do is pre-drill these and then just kind of tuck these corners in a little bit. Might be able to just bend that around or something, I'm not sure yet, but anyways, I gotta do something here so that these aren't just like old piss flaps. We're getting there, boys, we're getting there. Gotta move my bench. So I got this all done to here, all the way down. The roof is done, all the way down. I got this finally cut off with the grinder. It's not real straight, but it'll cover up. So like I say, what I done is I take the chalk line, hook that on here at the top, and then I string it out. And well, it's hard to see because it's dark over here. I don't have no lights quite over here, but we got her. Sit on the pail and then just go from there and zing her down. Pretty easy. Pretty simple. I've been using this as a ladder to get up there, to put in this whole top row of tin all the way down. So I gotta cut one more, but I think instead of wasting one, well, it's not really wasting. I guess I've been using those pieces on the back wall. So, and I still have a bit of shit there, but I don't know, whatever is what it is. So I don't know if I make a cat house or something out of that tin. I'll probably just end up throwing it out in scrap, but anyway, I'll get this piece on and then we'll plasma cut some hitches. I got these pieces here. These are off my I don't know, I think they're off a cultivator and then the springs go in there. But I'm not totally sure. I got a whole pile of them out back beside the shop here. I have to ask old generator one day. Anyway, I usually blast this out with the plasma cutter, make the hole bigger. And then I stick a piece of 2 7/8 drill stem on here. And then I mark this out and then I notch that some bitch. And then I come and find center on here, notch out the tin, and then I weld that fucker right onto that main pipe. Yeah, that's what I do. So, anyway, I'll get her finished up here and I'll show you what she looks like. So, talk to you in a few. Man, I love my Pro Point stuff. Shit works awesome, actually. And it doesn't break the bank to have it either. That's what I like. I mean, when we were pricing out plasma cutters, there were some that were like $5,000. This thing I think was regular $1,800 or 20 some hundred. I can't remember. Anyway, there's our cut. Just blasted that hole out a little bit bigger. That should be good for get the chain in there. Now this piece here, I'll show you. She's kind of hot right now. But anyway, that's gonna go on the pipe like that. Obviously you can't see because it's dark, but anyway. So I gotta find center. Let that cool off a little bit. I gotta find center, notch a bit of the tin out, and then weld that son of a bitch on there. Nice and hot. I'll do like a triple pass or something. And yeah, gotta do one on the back yet. So I'll bring you back in a few. Okay, so I got my light on and it only works on this blurry one, so anyway. I got all this tin is on. I just finished putting on the hitch. So that's that. The only other thing I gotta do yet is throw a couple screws in here. Probably 3 would be enough. And that'll be good. And there's the inside. I smell burning wood. Anyway, these are pretty much, well, those are done. So this is, like I said, the set. So what you can do is just leave it down, all the way down on your cross brace. And then you don't have to worry about it. So the bigger the calves, the higher you put this bar. Okay, as the calves grow. I think I got an adjustable neck bar on the one that's out there too, but I can't remember. Anyway, you can move that fucker right up to the top if you want. And then the cows can go in or whatever. Same thing on here. I cleaned all these up. Not sharp anymore, so that's nice. But, yeah. That's her. 24 footer. Nice. Walk around the back where you can see. Put the hitch on there. Same thing, I want to put a couple screws in here yet. And shouldn't have to worry about that too much. The only fuck up I had, which wasn't too bad, was this piece of tin right there. Was a little bit too short because I measured whatever the heck it was, 54.5 instead of 56.5. So, but it worked out. It's still alright. So he's a little bit short, but that's okay. All this tin here all overlaps, as you can see. So the rain and whatever shouldn't run down in behind. If it does, oh well. It's just a little should sit in the back like pretty good, I think. I had one dirty piece of tin that was sitting on the top. I cut this piece first, and then I did that front piece on that one side there. So yeah, that's her, boys. So if you want to build yourself there, now we're back in the clear. If you want to build yourself a cover or a calf shelter, there you go. That's how you do it, step by step. 2 episodes. This last little one's a little bit long. I probably could have put it into 2, but oh well. Whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. And subscribe, you bastards, if you like watching the videos. And leave a comment and leave a thumbs up too while you're there. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Nice.